Hi, Taurus. I'm Pam, the Lucky Mermaid, psychic, seer, and modern mystic, bringing you psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides for February 2024. Please be sure to watch your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign to get a more clear and complete picture of what's to come for you in February and perhaps beyond, because timing will be different for all of you in these general readings. Remember, sometimes your rising sign and your moon sign will resonate more for you than your sun sign. And if you're born on the cusp of your sign, some months your psychic predictions and messages are coming to you from there, so you might want to check that out. This recording is for Taurus Sun, Taurus Rising, and Taurus Moon. I'm using the Harmonious Tarot deck in this reading. All that being said, Taurus, now on to your February 2024 Psychic Tarot reading. The first card you have is Nine of Swords, and this is grieving the loss of a love relationship. It could be grieving the loss of something else. It could be sleepless nights, migraine headaches, worried about your own health, worried about somebody else's health. You may feel like there's some things that have kind of gotten out of your control, and you're really noticing it or feeling it in February. There's certain people that you want to steer clear of, either because they're not well and they're having some contagious health issue, or because you just find that these people could also be somebody that's too negative that you want to stay away from. I do see you being very self-protective and saying, I'm not going to let you know all of my business. Now, that could be the negative person that you are, or people that you're trying to not get involved with. That could also be governments, agencies, could be corporations. There could be some entities like that that are trying to find out things about you or want information from you, and you may feel like, no, I'm not giving you that information. You're not getting into my business. So you got to think about how that makes sense for you. You may have earned some time, and if you're working, you may take off. It could be a leave of absence. It could be a vacation. It could just be taking personal days in February. There could also be a gathering that you're not going to attend. It could be somebody's wedding, funeral. It could be somebody's, some other type of party, an engagement party or retirement party, but some type of gathering or party that you're not going to attend. Now, I feel for some of you, it's because there's some negative people there you don't want to associate with. But for others of you, maybe you're afraid of catching some kind of sickness and you don't want to go, or you may not feel well, so you don't go. You could be actually learning how to take something apart and then learning also how to put it back together. This could be an engine, a computer, I'm seeing a typewriter. Do people use those anymore? My father used to take apart typewriters and fix them, and take clocks apart and fix them. And that was not his, he was a salesman for a valve company. But he could take apart clocks and washers and dryers and cars. And so I'm not saying it's that, but there's something that you could be learning how to take apart and do and put back together again. That could even be a website. You know, maybe you have a website and you're taking it apart and you're reorganizing it and you're going to put it back together again. I don't know what it is, but I see you doing that. It could be furniture. You could have issues with migraine headaches in February. That may be one of the reasons you want to either take off from work and take personal time off, and or why you don't want to go to that gathering or party. It could be due to a headache, migraine headache or headaches. You may be going through a spell of headaches. So the next card in your reading, this card has come up a lot for the signs this month, and I still have 2 more signs to do after yours, is the Strength card. This is having inner courage and inner strength over adversity, spiritual power over the material world. This could also indicate taming the savage beast in yourself or in a situation or in someone else. You may also be dealing with a Leo. Now, in this tarot deck, this guy's dealing with a 2-headed dragon. I still stand by you could be dealing with a Leo, even though the picture doesn't, have a lion in it. I'm still going with that. I do feel like you're being more courageous and bold, and I feel that you're actually standing up to some people. For some of you, I feel like this is standing up to some people in your family, or a significant other, or some people in a social club, group, organization, or friendship. Because I hear the collective consciousness of Taurus saying, you need to stop badgering me. You feel like somebody's badgering you or bullying you, or I get this like badgering you. You need to do this, or I want you to do that, or blah, 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 or get on top of doing this and that and the other. And you're like, yo, stop badgering me. I hear you say, I'm not your whipping boy or girl, whatever you want to say there. I hear you're drawing the line in the sand, and you're going to say, you're not going to come at me anymore. Or mentally you're saying it like, they're not going to come at me anymore. You're not going to allow this. This is something like, this is almost like 5 of Swords energy to me, but it's the Strength card. And that is what I'm hearing. Like, you're drawing a line in the sand. You're not going to let somebody keep coming at you about stuff. You're going to stand up for yourself. You're going to tell somebody, or maybe more than one person, to stop badgering you. You might even record them and play it back to them so they can hear what they sound like when they're coming at you about stuff. That's a dicey move. I'm not saying I recommend it. I'm not saying don't do it. But in some way, you may want them to hear what they sound like. My guides are talking about a chain of victimization that needs to be broken. Maybe you have parents that are very demanding and maybe narcissistic, or or it could be a family member or a spouse or a significant other that is very they have all these expectations. They're very demanding. They're very pushy of their agendas. And you're like, you know what? You need to take a step back and realize what you're doing, how you're behaving. So the next card in your reading, Taurus, is the Page of Pentacles. This card has also showed up a few times already in this month. And this is an earth sign person, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. So this could be you. Pages are children. They can also be adults that are immature or young at heart. Pages can also be bringing in a message about, this page would be bringing in a message about money, finances, or something of value. I get that some of you Taurus, sun, moon, or rising sign people are deciding to live your life in your own way, on your own terms, and maybe in a whole new way. And I hear the collective consciousness of Taurus saying, I have to stop kowtowing to everyone. So you may be like a people pleaser. You may feel like you don't really get to call the shots in your life, or that you do to an extent, but not to the extent that you want to or should. You may still feel manipulated, coerced, corralled by others or another person or maybe multiple people. My guides are saying this is where you take your ball and you go play somewhere else. Like you go to another playground. Like, see ya. You could move. You could move from your residence, or you just may move and stay away from people that are bothering you. I go back to what I said right at the beginning of the Nine of Swords card. I feel like I'm hearing an echo. I feel like I've heard something similar in that card. My guides are also saying you're adjusting your thinking. You're adjusting your thinking. You may even have a difficult thing that you have to say where you're going to tell somebody, I'm not going to do that anymore. Like maybe there's always, I'm going to use a holiday as an example. Maybe every Thanksgiving, if you celebrate Thanksgiving, I always go to my mother's house, right? That's what you could be thinking. But you don't like what goes on at your mother's house on Thanksgiving. So you may say, no more going to your house on Thanksgiving anymore, or some other holiday, or some other routine event that you're expected to do. You may say, nah, I'm not doing that anymore. So you could be or other things, like maybe you always do this certain things for a family member, a parent, or somebody else, a spouse. Maybe you always do certain things for them. I do this at this time on this day, and then I do that for them. And you may say, no, peace out, not doing it anymore. Some of you may feel that way. I feel like you are learning boundaries and that you're really learning how to shield and protect yourself from negative energy, negative people. That's a big theme for you this month. You know, not every sign, but I've noticed in February, it seems like each sign, not all of them, but a lot of them have a theme that goes on. Your theme is that so far. So the next card you have is the Fool, which I bet is going to make sense because this is starting out on a new journey with high hopes and high aspirations. But you have to be careful that you have your wits about you and don't have your head in the clouds and aren't wearing rose-colored glasses because you could fall off the cliff. So you have to be grounded and you have to be paying attention. It's a good card because it's a new journey, but you don't want to go, wah, and fall off the cliff. Some of you have been dreaming about somebody. And I feel you're going to meet. If you've been dreaming that you're going to meet somebody, and this could be a romantic partner for you, I feel that they show up. They show up soon. If it's not in February, it'll be between February and probably the end of April. And you could be making a connection with somebody. They could live at a distance. This could be somebody that maybe lives far away. They could maybe even live in another country or, you know, many states or provinces away from you. And you may go on a trip or a journey to meet them. This could be somebody maybe you've already been communicating with them and connecting with them for a while via text message, Zoom, Skype, emails, and maybe you have met them in person before. I don't know. But whether you have or you haven't, you may be planning a trip to go see them and meet them. I feel like some of you are going to take some big jump or big leap in February in either you're leaving a living space or dealing with negative people and family situations, maybe leaving a love partner, heading towards a new, all of those situations I just mentioned. And you may be very concerned, like, I got to do things that make me feel better. I got to look out for myself. I have to make sure that my happiness is being met. Like, you know, I feel like some of you Tauruses want to have the freedom to make different choices. This kind of keeps coming up for the signs. Some of you, a new love partner or a new love life is sparking. Now, I find that interesting because, you know, Valentine's Day is in the middle of February. Some people don't believe in it. They say it's, you know, all the different things that people can say about it. Some people say, oh, it's just a holiday invented to sell greeting cards and blah, blah, blah. I don't know much about St. Valentine. I really don't. But I don't know if it has to do with that. Valentine's Day is coming up, but this is the month I have gotten the most love indications across the board for so many of the signs in a while, in a concentrated clump. So the last tarot card you have for this month of February 2024 is Seven of Wands, or rods, whatever you like to say. And Seven of Rods is a card that symbolizes negative energy and negative communication coming at you, and you are closing the door on it or keeping it at bay. It could also indicate that you're taking a moral high ground in a situation. You are going to want to and have to uphold your principles. You won't be thwarted. You won't be deterred, because there's going to be people that are going to try to stop you, block you, deter you, hold you back, keep you doing the same routine, the same things you've been doing in the same situations. And now some of you may say, I don't have any of that going on. You're nuts. Okay, well, watch your rising sign or your moon sign, because then your messages aren't coming here. If you're a Taurus sun or moon or rising, and this isn't resonating with you here, you got to watch one of your other signs. You may feel like somebody's trying to be the boss, or somebody's trying to control you, or somebody's trying to subvert what you want to do. And you know what? Don't be fooled. There can be people that do that very passive aggressively. Doesn't mean everybody's like bowling over, obviously, like, you know, like I said in the beginning, badgering. Not everybody's doing that to you. Not everybody's badgering you. They could be, you know, trying to get you to do what they want you to do with guilt, manipulation, you know, like, oh, feel sorry for me. That's how I'll get you to do it. Or guilt. Oh, if you do that, my heart will be broken. You know, all of that. There's many tactics of manipulation, Taurus. And, you know, so don't really have strength. Strength card came up here. And don't fall prey to it. You know, some of you may write something down where you take pieces of information and pieces of situations and things that have gone on, and you write it all down in a letter or in some kind of script that you want to say to somebody or people, where you may be like, oh yeah, well, you did this, you told me that, you don't appreciate me for this, you take advantage of me for that, you've manipulated me this way, you've coerced me that way, you've made me feel bad about myself in this regard, and you can have it all laid out, and you can send this, you could burn it. You know, sometimes that releases it out into the ethers and you don't have to hold on to it anymore. Do what you want with it, but I do see you like doing that. You may just be writing it down for your own knowledge, like, what are the things that where I've been boxed in, coerced, manipulated, badgered, you know, what have they asked me to do? What have they said? What has brought up like bad feelings for me, or kept me penned in, or made me feel trapped, or made me feel like I'm not really living my own life the way I want? Like, some of you Tauruses I know are going to say, I do exactly what I want. I don't know what you're talking about. Nobody controls me. Well, then maybe I'm talking more to Taurus sun, or Taurus rising, or a Taurus moon. I don't know that, but your theme here is strong. So the best gemstone crystal I got for you is charoite. And who else got charoite so far? Aries also got charoite. So Taurus and Aries so far have charoite for February. And this is a soul stone. It's connected to the heart and third eye chakras. It brings strong healing power. Strong healing. It brings power. It also brings love and protection. Charoite heals physical and emotional bodies. It's a stone of transformation, and it's used to overcome fears, and it helps overcome obsessions and compulsions and stimulates your inner vision, and it's a good grounding stone. This is a stone that's going to really help you assimilate to the changes that many of you are going to be instituting in the month of February. It's going to give you a sense of peace and help you have more enjoyment and fulfillment. I know some people are like, how can a stone do that? Well, it's going to affect your aura when you carry it, wear it, or meditate with it on your third eye chakra, or your throat chakra, or your heart chakra, or you know, like I said, you could carry it, put it under your pillow when you sleep. It's also a stone that is going to give you more power because it's going to make you seem more authoritative when you have to give any bad news, any speeches, put your foot down, draw a line in the sand, which came up in your cards. So I would definitely recommend if you can get one. And some people ask me where you can get one. You can get gemstones at metaphysical stores. You can get them at rock and mineral stores. You can get them online on eBay, on Amazon. You know, you can find them in a lot of places. So don't think that you can't find charoite. If there's a mall near you and they have a store that has metaphysical things in it, like incense and books and DVDs and CDs and, you know, anything like that, they very likely will have crystals and loose gemstones. So I hope this reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense. As always, thank you so very much for watching. I do truly appreciate it. And please like this video if you liked it, and share it with others if you feel it was worth sharing. And subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet. And hit that notification bell when you do subscribe, and that way you'll get notified when I upload my videos here to YouTube. And if you would like to get any of the special video series I record for my Vimeo on-demand videos, where I look into very specific topics using a variety of divination tools to bring you more psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides for those topics for each sign of the zodiac, my most recently recorded video series are always linked down below in the description box in the Show More section under this video. And those links are also available on my website at theluckymermaid.com on the videos page. You can click on whatever zodiac sign you want under the heading of the video series you want, and that link will take you to that video on Vimeo. Now, the most recently recorded video series I have are my Big Love readings for singles and couples for 2024. It's one of my most popular and most requested video series that I do next to the New Year's readings. So if you'd like to see what love and romance is in store for you in 2024, you may want to check out those videos. And I highly recommend if you can watch your rising sign and your sun sign, will probably be the most helpful to you. And watch the entire video, even if you're like, well, I'm a single and that's the beginning of the reading and the couples are in the second half of the reading. Well, there could be messages for you on both halves. And remember, in the beginning of the year, you could be single, and the second half of the year, you could be coupled, and vice versa can happen. That is why singles and couples are in the same video for each sign of the zodiac. Also, my psychic crystal readings for January 2024 are available for each sign of the zodiac. So if you, and February too, January and February, sorry, I'm recording these in January. I have to do them ahead of the month. So if you want to see January, that'll be down below too. But February's psychic crystal readings for each sign of the zodiac, where I look at as many categories I can think of to look at. They're power-packed readings. Even though it's condensed, there's a lot going on in those crystal readings. So I hope you'll check them out. Also, my psychic crystal readings, again, for the new year of 2024. So if you want to see what my guides had to say for what's coming up for each sign of the zodiac in the crystal for the new year, you might want to get those. And again, I recommend getting your sun sign and your rising sign if you can do it. And some people, if you find your moon sign resonates with you a lot on YouTube, you might want to get your moon sign. Also, my New Year 2024 10-card Celtic Cross Tarot spread for each sign of the zodiac. Psychic tarot readings, wow, there's a lot of messages and predictions in those readings. I hope you'll check them out. Also, don't forget my Horseshoe Tarot 7-card spread, Psychic Tarot readings. That's 1 year of readings, started in August of 2023 and go all the way until the end of August 2024. That is probably my third most popular and requested video series I do on Vimeo. The first is the love readings, the second would be the New Year's readings, and the third is the Horseshoe Tarot spread readings. There's a lot of messages and predictions in those 7 cards. Also, don't forget, as I've said to you before, my career and finance psychic tarot and crystal readings are available. They are from 12 to 18 months of predictions. I recorded them in April of 2024. Of April of 2023, and the predictions go all the way out until the end of October of 2024, and I'm probably not going to do them anymore. I may do another format or do them differently in some way, but if you like having the career and finance together in the psychic tarot and crystal readings, if you like that format, you've still got all the way until the end of October that those predictions and messages are for. So I hope you'll check them out. And remember, when you buy these videos on Vimeo, not only is it going to help you getting predictions and messages, but you help support this channel. You help this channel to continue with your purchases. So I do truly appreciate it. And if you would like to see more psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides that are channeled through me, that are not in a video format but are in writing, you can follow me on my social media pages at the Lucky Mermaid LLC on Facebook, the Lucky Mermaid _ Pam Georgel on Instagram, and the Lucky Mermaid on X. And also I'm on Rumble. You know, you never know what's going to happen over here. People drop like flies sometimes. They get taken off and kicked off, and who knows? You never know what's going to go down. So if you want to follow me, make sure you keep getting psychic predictions and messages from me. I am also on Rumble, and my channel name is the Lucky Mermaid LLC on Rumble. And if you would like to donate to this channel and help support the work I do here on YouTube and on Rumble, there is a donation link down below in the description box in the Show More section, and it is connected to PayPal. Thank you to those of you who have been very kind and generous and donated to my channel. I do truly appreciate it. It does help me a lot, and it means a lot to me. So thank you so much for that. So I hope you have absolutely fabulous and fantastic energy that comes to you in February of 2024. And know that I wish you many blessings and peace.